Pastor Danny, so good to see you, mate.
Yeah, good to see you, Don. You're obviously in shutdown because that facial hair gives it away.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd developed a little bit more by now, actually, but it's taking longer than I thought. But I'm going to give it a go at growing it while we're in lockdown.
Yeah, well, you got to do what the Italians do. Just rub some garlic on your face. It'll really grow then.
Does that actually have an ounce of truth to it?
No, it doesn't. But people won't get close to you. So
I was going to say, you would not see your wife for weeks. Yeah, I don't know whether that's going to be helpful. Yeah, anyway, mate, you're looking. It's good to see you. Good to see you looking in health. Good to see you eyes looking good, mate.
Thank you. Bless you. Yeah,
so
obviously, love to you all. Yeah,
we've been praying for you.
Hey, Danny, give my thanks to the whole church.
I will do, mate, and they all want to say they love you too. In fact, right now you're going on screen, so here we go. But Pastor Danny Guglielmucci, of course, a great friend of Julia and mine for years now, but you're also an incredible dad, and you've outlived it. You've walked through some stuff, and here you are. You're still going strong, and some people don't do that so well, especially in the struggle. So just a couple of questions I've got for you, if that's okay, Pastor Danny.
Sure.
One, I'd like to ask you this, just a couple of quick questions, really. How did you as a father help your children or transition faith to your children so they could walk in their own faith? Because I think that's a challenge today.
Yeah. Well, I think, Don, before we went through sad times, losing a son, going through cancer, I had established in my own life non-negotiable convictions. But, those convictions sometimes aren't seen until tough times come. And I think what we believe has to translate into behave. And I think one of the greatest example I felt in my own heart through every difficult time we've been through is to show my children that what I was preaching and believing when everything was great is still what I believe when things are not going great, and they see my faith journey. Not a perfect journey, because they see your humanity, but they also see your resolve. And your resolve is God is good, God is great, and so I'm still walking with him. And, a lot of people are saying, how can you keep serving God in the midst of everything you've been through? And that's because the things I know about God are so real to me. I know his character's good. I know that we live on a fallen planet where crazy stuff happens. And yet if he doesn't deliver you through stuff, he walks through with you in that stuff. And I think what I've tried to model for my children is my trust of God. I guess my expression of faith is trust. It's just trusting our Heavenly Dad. It's Father's Day this coming weekend, and we think, well,
we're going to call that Father's Day right now, because you're with us right now for Father's Day.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's Father's Day today, guys. And I'm thinking, when you mention the word father, it conjures up different reactions in people. There was a nun working in the Catholic Church that decided one year to suggest that all the prisoners in the prison she was working in were given a Mother's Day card for the prisoners to fill in. They ran out of cards. I mean, the prisoners loved the idea and filled in these cards, and they couldn't get enough. And then when Father's Day came round, she decided to do the same thing, and hardly a card was filled in by the prisoners. The cards were still left in their boxes weeks later, which shows the detachment in many to their fathers. And so it's a heartbreaking thing, And so for me, as a father, in answering your question, I've just tried to be real and authentic in living out what I believe. And so in the midst of the pain, and I remember one of my kids writing me a card saying, watching you go through cancer, watching you go through loss and pain, your integrity and your standing firm is an example to my life, So that was an encouraging response.
That's beautiful, Danny.